What if ideas are conscious beings? What if they want to come into fruition, to come into manifestation, physical reality? What does this mean for us? Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leora Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. I'm in Vegas today and I've been thinking all morning, and honestly, if I'm really honest with myself, I've been thinking about this for about 6 weeks now. I've been thinking about the idea of ideas, the concept of ideas. Now, this started when I went to this meditation class, and the teacher that was leading the class was saying how we can become more available vessels to receive ideas if we take care of ourselves and if we meditate. Next time I would hear about the concept of ideas as conscious beings looking for the most available vessel is in Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic. Now I was really interested, I was hooked, and I wanted to go deeper into my understanding of ideas as conscious beings and what it could possibly mean to us. And today I just want to discuss that with you guys like I would be discussing with a friend over coffee, my theory about this, what it means for us, and what we could do about it. Because ideas are the way that we level up in life. Somebody has $1 million idea and that's it. Now their physical reality is completely abundant. Or they have an idea of how to make this world a better place, or an idea of how to help people, help themselves, help their families. What would the human being be without an idea, right? We have consciousness, but where do these ideas come from? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I was just thinking about it and I had my camera here and I was like, you know what? I could think out loud and I could share my thoughts with the Baby Elephant community, see what you guys think, and perhaps we can form an idea about how we can cultivate ideas more easily together. So imagine that ideas exist the way that we do, except in non-physical form. So something doesn't necessarily have to be physical in order for it to be in existence. The thing is about our reality, this three-dimensional reality, is we only accept things to be real or true if we can see them with our eyes, feel them with our senses, with our 5 senses. When in fact we are actually multi-sensory beings and we can sense and feel non-physical subtle energy. So what if ideas are in the form of non-physical subtle energy, and that people don't actually have ideas, they receive or welcome ideas into our consciousness, into our vessel? Imagine the ideas have, they don't have physicality the way that we do, but maybe they have personalities or desires the way that we do. How we desire to survive, to procreate, to thrive, to be great, to be successful. What if ideas have similar desires? What if ideas desire to come into fruition, to be manifested into physical reality? So for example, what if if there's an idea for a book, or an idea for a story, an idea for a character, an idea for a new restaurant, or a new type of clothing, or an idea for a resort, a retreat center, and a new idea for a new type of meditation. All ideas possibly exist in another dimension, perhaps the 4th dimension. And these ideas are all floating around in the 4th dimension and they desire to be manifested into physicality. So what they do is they spend their entire existence looking in the 3-dimensional world, and perhaps in the higher dimensions as well. They look for the most available host or the most available collaborator. The collaborator idea comes from the Big Magic book, that an idea is looking for somebody to work with so that it can move from being an idea to being a physical object. Think about it. Once the cup was simply an idea, and then it worked with its collaborator to come into existence. Everything around us started from somebody's mind. So what if we take that one step further and realize that it's not that some people have these amazing ideas and some don't, but some people are more available collaborators, are more available hosts to certain ideas than others. What does that mean for us? That means that we can work on becoming better hosts. We can work on becoming better collaborators so that we receive more ideas. And that $1 million idea is at the tip of your tongue. It's just waiting for you to notice it or waiting for you to become a better vessel for it. So if we take that into consideration, how human beings desire to thrive, perhaps ideas desire to come into existence, into physicality as well. So the way that I imagine it is it's like these thought forms, and they just go all around the world searching for the most appropriate and available collaborator, the person that will work with them until they come into existence. Now that doesn't mean that every idea is a good one. If every idea exists, if every possibility of an idea exists, perhaps in the fourth dimension, then there could be bad ideas as well, right? But that doesn't really matter, because what matters is to learn how to become a host for these ideas, see them through, see them out until they come into physicality, and then you either have an idea in your hands or you have a bust, a dud, but you learned from it and you learned how to attract better ideas, better feeling ideas, and ideas that will create actual abundance in your life and in the lives of others as well. Because even bad ideas are good lessons. So consider that ideas might be floating around the world looking for collaborators. And if they find you, if they stumble across you and they're like, oh, this looks promising, they will try to come into your consciousness. They will knock on your consciousness until they are let in. However, so many of us are not open to ideas. We're not an available host, an available collaborator or vessel. So we discount these ideas. We don't notice that they're knocking on our door, that they're there all the time. Eventually, because ideas desire to survive, just like humans desire to survive, they will go to somebody else, to a different collaborator. And they will keep doing this until they find a collaborator that is willing to put this idea into physicality. And that's totally understandable, right? Just like we want to be alive, be successful, to do our best in this reality, so too do ideas desire to live, to be alive, and to come into fruition, to come into physical manifestation. One concept that I find fascinating actually is the idea of multiple discovery. Perhaps sometimes ideas wage their bets, so they go to multiple collaborators at once. And I think that these types of ideas are the more powerful ones. For example, the formulation of calculus by Isaac Newton. It also came to, and I'm going to butcher this, but it's Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. It also came to this other discoverer at the same time. And what I think is these ideas that are so massive, that will change the consciousness of humanity at such a great scope, these ideas wage their bets, and they go to the most available, the most highly intellectual, the most capable collaborators, and they choose a few at once. And that's what ends up happening. It's multiple discovery. Discovery that pops up all around the world between people who have never interacted, who have never heard of the other person's study or area of research, and they come up with the same exact ideas. And this has happened over the history of mankind over and over and over and over again. And this has happened in art, in humanities, in machines, technology. This has happened in healthcare. It continuously happens. And I think this further goes to prove the idea that perhaps ideas or thoughts are non-physical beings who desire to come into physicality. So I always like to bring it to what this means to us in a practical sense. What this means is if you desire to be an idea machine, if you desire to come up with the most incredible idea that's going to change your life forever, that's going to take you from working a desk job to owning a multi-million-dollar company, or whatever it is that success looks like to you. Success doesn't have to be a multi-million-dollar idea to you. It could appear in any number of ways. But if you want to become more open to being a vessel for these ideas, to hosting them, you have to start becoming aware of them, and you have to become a better host to them. You have to be more welcoming to these ideas who are knocking at your door all the time. The way that I think that this could be done is first by becoming a person who honors ideas. So whenever anybody comes to you with an idea, you become very open to it and you honor them and you support them. That will go to show all the other ideas that you are somebody who is very welcoming to ideas. So when you welcome other people's ideas and you support them, you show them support and you cheer them on, these other ideas will come to realize you are ready for your own idea. Does that make sense? In essence, this just means celebrate your friends' amazing ideas and successes. Follow their excitement, chase their excitement, and celebrate them. The other thing is to just become a more available vessel, which means just becoming more aware. The more mindful you are, the more in the present moment you are, the more open you are to receiving and opening your mind up, your consciousness up to these really good ideas. All that requires is mindfulness practice, just being in the present moment and observing your thoughts. In extension, meditating will come up with a lot of good ideas. And if you guys are on my email list, you know that I took up a 30-day meditation challenge. And I have noticed that every time I go into a 15-minute meditation, I suddenly come up with an idea for a new course, a new video, an email, something, some sort of idea comes to me. And that's because I'm emptying my mind, I'm observing my thoughts, I'm coming back into the present moment, I'm being mindful, and ideas are coming to me because they know that they are welcomed, because I honor them. And now whenever I get any sort of idea, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, I start to follow it. I chase the excitement, especially if there's excitement there. If an idea comes up and you're bored by it, or it sounds tedious, it just sounds like something that you would not want to follow, don't do that. You're not the right host, you're not the right collaborator. But if an idea comes to you and you're super excited about it, like I just had an idea for a new course, and I had an idea for an in-person event that I want to start to host in Los Angeles. I am so excited about this, I can't stop thinking about it. But it came to me out of nowhere. The idea knocked on my door. So I'm going to follow that, and I'm going to follow it as far as it can take me. And I think that that is the most refreshing way to look at life and to experience this reality. Chase your excitement and chase those ideas that come knocking, especially if the excitement in the idea goes hand in hand. Now realize that some of these ideas will be the greatest ever. They will make you so much money, create so much abundance for you and for others. They will create good in the world. And some of these ideas, like I said earlier, might be duds. They might just not be fruitful. That doesn't mean that they're not conscious beings. It just means that some of them don't work with our physical reality as well as others. If you continue to work with these ideas, to collaborate with them, you will be able to start to sense which ideas are going to be fruitful and which ideas are not going to be fruitful. And when you start to sense them, when you receive these ideas that you're like, I don't think that's going to be good for my current reality, perhaps in another world, in another dimension, what you do is you thank the idea for coming to you and you say, I don't think I am the most, you think this, or actually say it out loud, because I'm telling you that they are conscious, non-physical beings. Speak to the idea, thank it for coming, and say, I don't think you are the right idea for me. I really hope that you find the right collaborator. And maybe in the future this will work out. Maybe you can knock on my door a few years down the line and maybe we can work together then. When you're kind to even the bad ideas, like I said, this consciousness that exists in these thought forms will realize that you are an honor, you are a respectful and honoring human being, and that you are open to more ideas, and more of them will come to you. I know that this is a very out there concept topic. I have found that it actually works in my own life. It's how I came up with the concept for Breathe, my new meditation, which has been literally my favorite thing that I've ever made, and people are obsessed with it just as I am. People adore it. It was just such a good idea, and it came to me because I was an open vessel. If you want to check out Breathe, my meditation, it's in the description below. People love it. You're not going to regret doing it. Just dive into this beautiful, beautiful meditation that was channeled because, you know, an idea showed up on my doorstep and I let it in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of a little bit more esoteric. If you want more videos like this where I just talk about things that I'm thinking about, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and let's work on this theory of ideas as conscious beings together. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and until next time, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up.